welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sonia, and I would love it if you could subscribe, and if you're not an existing subscriber, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing my third update for my Pan palette, and mine is a face palette. So if you haven't seen my intro or my other updates, I will leave the playlist below if you'd like to go over there and see what it originally looked like. But the palette I am panning is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Now the reason I chose this one, well, there was a few reasons. One of them was because this hadn't had a lot of use over the years. Specifically the last few years I haven't reached for this at all, and that is just because I just stopped contouring. When I got this, contouring was a huge thing and not so much now, and I feel myself not really gravitating towards it when it wasn't in this project. So I thought this is a perfect palette to start off, and this is also my oldest face palette. I thought let's just get some use out of it now. So what I'm going to do on the screen here is I'll put what it looked like at the last update, and then what I'm going to do after that is I'm also going to put a photo of what it looks like this update as well, because I found that it looked a lot better when I did like a before and an after. And then I'm still going to show you the product on here as well and talk you through my goals. Have I reached the goals that I put in last update, and what goals am I going to have going forward? So hopefully you should have seen it before and after by now, but this is what it looks like. So I did reach my goal of hitting pan on this powder shade. I was very close last month anyway. I thought I would reach it, and I'm also seeing more of a dip in this one now as well. So I do think for next update I'm hoping to have pan in this one and definitely extend the pan on this shade as well. And I don't know if you can see, hopefully you can, but I've actually hit side pan on this one as well. I'm doing pretty good on this and I'm happy with the progress I'm making. One thing I will say now though is in my Project Pan update, which I will link up here, my last update, I did introduce a powder as a foundation. I am having to alternate between this and my powder now as well, so I'm using this every other day now. So the usage might be slower than what it has been the last few months, but I still did use this 16 times in the last month, which I'm happy with. I didn't use makeup as much as what I would usually in the last month, just because one, I kind of just didn't feel like it, but two, there was just some things that happened that I just didn't feel like wearing makeup. So I'm still happy with 16. With these I use them for contour, and I don't think I'll be hitting pan on these anytime soon. I'm definitely seeing progress, especially in this one, but I just don't see myself hitting pan on these anytime soon. I use very, very little of them, so I don't know, but I'm definitely seeing progress on it. I'm definitely seeing progress. But for me, the powders are definitely, I think, going to be the ones I finish first. This one and then this one. Where we're at, so we're in April now, and I'm thinking, I definitely think I'm going to be able to finish these powders 100%. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to finish the contour ones. I think as long as I can hit pan in both of them, I'll be very, very happy. My goal is to definitely finish the powders though. But that is my update. They usually are pretty short and sweet. So my goal for these is to hit pan on the other powder and extend the other powder that already has pan in. I'm really happy with this progress though, and I'm definitely getting use out of it. A lot more use than what I had last year. I'm actually going to do a change to one of my projects, and I'm going to introduce it into this update here. And I went through my collection the other day and decluttered a few eyeshadow palettes that I just didn't feel like I wanted to use anymore. There weren't colours I liked, or ones where I just think other people in my life can get better use out of them. So what I'm actually deciding to do is going to do a pan that palette for eyeshadow, and I'm also going to do a 1 month 1 palette as well. And I don't know whether I'm going to keep it in this update, like introduce it into this pan that palette for a face palette and a eyeshadow palette. Panning and Stuff did that, which kind of is where I've seen that and kind of was influenced. I will leave her channel below as well. I absolutely love her channel. She is crazily good at panning. I love watching her. But the whole 1 month 1 palette was something I was introduced to from Sarah Rose last year. Again, I will leave her channel below. And I just thought I would kind of merge all of them. Now, like I said, I don't know whether I'm going to put them all into this video, which I think I might do, but if you want to see it in a separate video, please do let me know below. So I'm going to introduce it in this video, and I'm going to show you my pan that palette that I've chosen, the 1 month 1 palette for this month going into next. So let's start off with the eyeshadow palette I've decided to pan. Now, we have to remember we are in April now. I did have a palette I did want to try and pan, but I do think I'm actually going to save that till next year because I do think it is going to take the whole year to finish. So I've actually introduced this one, and this is the I Heart Revolution Angel Heart palette. I love this palette, and I don't think it's going to necessarily take so long to hit pan in this. And that is why I've chosen it, because I do want to give myself a good chance at trying to finish it this year. And like I said, we're already 4 months in, so I feel like with the other palettes that I have in my collection, I would need those 4 months to give myself a good chance. But this one, I feel like for the rest of the year, I will definitely be able to finish it. I already have pan on one of the shades anyway. And in my pan those eyeshadows last month, I did actually have the other palette of this in, and it only took me a month to hit pan on a eyeshadow. I thought I would put this one in. I love this colour story. I absolutely love pink eyeshadow. It's one of my favourites, and this was actually a gift from my sister for one of my birthdays, so I really want to get my use out of this, and I do think I can reach my goals on it of finishing this palette. I think it would be amazing and such an accomplishment to finish a palette, so that is why I've kind of decided to change, and I really just want to focus on one palette. I think for me, at this moment in time, I'm not saying I'm never going to do pan those eyeshadows in the future, but at this moment in time, and with me going through my collection, I just really wanted to focus on one eyeshadow palette, so that is that one. So I'm not neglecting the rest of my eyeshadow collection. I want to introduce the One Month Pan palette as well, so I can use my eyeshadow palette for my pan that palette, but I also have like other shades that I can work with if I want a specific look. So my 1 month one palette this month was actually a palette I picked for my pan those eyeshadows, and I'm going to be focusing on this one this month, and it is a W7 Dusk Till Dawn. And I've actually been really enjoying using this, and I thought I want to pull this one in as my first palette. Now, just to be really clear, there isn't going to be any more pan those eyeshadows updates going forward. I just wanted to clarify that. I just feel like I want to focus on the Angel Heart palette and also rotate through my collection with this. Like I said, going forward, like maybe next year I might want to pick it up again, I'm not sure, but just right now for me, I just feel like that's what's best. So I hope you do understand, and I hope you still do enjoy these updates. I'm going to focus on this one for the next month, and then in this next update I will roll something new in for my 1 month one palette. But I love the colour stories on here. I'm wearing this palette today, and I do really like it. I've put Mirage all over my lid, and then I used Gobi in the crease. I do like this palette, and that is why I wanted to introduce it. I did nearly declutter it at one point, and I'm so glad I didn't. So I will take photos of the eyeshadow palette I am panning, so we can reference it like we do with the face palette. But I hope you don't mind the changes I'm making. I just feel like at this moment in time, it is what is best for me. So that is my update. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe if you don't already. And the update for this will be the same time next month. So if you do like this type of content, please do stick around. I do unboxings on my channel, project pans, and just general beauty. So if that is the type of content you do like, please do subscribe. And until my next video, thank you for coming by. See you later.